From the silent banks of Idonia, beneath skies forever cloaked in morning white, emerges a figure whose very existence dances upon the precipice between life and eternal slumber. Known as the daughter of the River of Souls, Castorice walks a path shadowed by solitude, her touch bound irrevocably to the chilling embrace of death itself. Hers is a tale as ancient as time, woven intricately with threads of sacrifice, longing, and the profound sorrow that lingers in the wake of passing souls. With each breath, she carries the whispered laments of the departed, her heart burdened yet unyielding, her destiny entwined with the very core flame of death, a power as devastating as it is beautiful. Inspired by myth and shaped by tragedy, Castorice embodies the delicate balance of existence. She is both guardian and executioner, salvation and despair, intimately connected to the eternal cycle of demise and rebirth. Her story is not merely one of darkness, but of profound humanity, a testament to the strength found within loss and the fragile hope that endures in the quietest depths of grief. Castorice's story began amid hush whispers and solemn snowfall in the sacred land of Idonia. As a child, she was taken into the care of a society that venerated death. Idonia was a harsh place where even the bitter cold of the snow seemed intent on hastening the demise of its inhabitants. With the power to make all life wither with simply a touch, both reverence and isolation marked her early life. She was seen as both a blessing and an omen, admired as the maiden of war, yet shunned for the chilling power she possessed. Those faithful to the Titan of Death, Thanatos, abused her touch, making Castorice bring an end to the lives of both the willing and the unwilling. She was told that as the Holy Maiden, she granted humans glory and liberation, but as one life after another wilted in her embrace, she could never understand the Idonians' piety. Taking away someone's life is never worthy of religious worship, she said. Castorice's curse overshadowed every interaction of her life. She was alone, and any attachment that she made ultimately ended with her. Castorice's long life did nothing to help, as all around would turn to dust over and over again. The first time that she would touch her mentor and guardian, Aminette, would be the last time she would see her among the living. The girl would come to adorn herself in fine clothes and jewelry in an attempt to make death more beautiful, because the end was always so horrific. So why her? Why had the Titan of Death blessed her with so much pain? And so she set off on a journey over a millennium in search of Thanatos, repelling the creations of the Black Tide and laying souls to rest as she went. Ultimately, she came to detest death and believed that the world would be better off without it. Castorice loved to read and write. She later claims to have read every book in the archives of Akhma, while also having penned countless poems under hundreds of names across her long life. A unique staple of her work was always the lack of an ending. She said, "My duty is to lead the living to the end." How can one, without an understanding of the value of the end of life, turn a phrase to encapsulate that which serves as the ultimate judgment for a soul? Eventually, Castorice would join the flame chase journey, and though her destination would not be the same as the other Chrysos heirs, her loneliness built up over a millennium began to thaw, and though she reveled in it, she stayed apprehensive. The flame chase journey is filled with plenty of loss of its own. She experiences this with Nias, who is the embodiment of the Titan of Strife, Nikodor's reason, as well as his human form before his ascension to godhood. Nias tells Castorice to not detest her talent and to not abhor death, that journeys and epics are only as glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. And though romantic, it was not an answer that satisfied her. Would a world without journeys and epics truly be worse off? Would it not be perfect to spend eternity in peace with your loved ones? It is only after losing Trian as well that Castorice voices her doubts once more. She expresses a realistic concern that not everyone has the chance to see tomorrow, and that saying otherwise is a lie, highlighting the tension between harsh reality and the idealistic pursuit of hope. Trivia responds to the girl by asserting that collective hope itself is transformative. She suggests that hope itself is prophetic, a collective act of faith shared among all, has the power to change the world through perseverance. Her philosophy implies that the true meaning of existence lies not merely in achieving a destined outcome, but in continually pushing forward through uncertainty towards possibility and renewal. The journey, not destination. It is only thanks to the experiments performed by the Chrysos heir and Exagoras, and Castorice's journey to Styxia, that the truth of her origins was finally revealed. Castorice was destined, alongside her twin sister Polixia, to inherit the divine mantle of the Titan of Death, Thanatos. The ascension demanded the sacrifice of a family member, and with profound selflessness, Castorice offered herself willingly, surrendering her life so that her sister might rise. Polixia, transformed into the Titan of Death, did not abandon her sister's soul to the void. She reclaimed Castorice's soul from oblivion, rebirthing her in Styxia, a place that did not abhor death. Yet, Polixia's act of profound love and desperation had unforeseen and disastrous consequences. Thanatos' power was split in two, and the Titan of Death fell. The River of Souls, once a solemn guide for departed spirits, now struggled to fulfill its sacred purpose. Spirits lingered in torment, suspended painfully between life and eternal rest, causing a perpetual shadow over Styxia and beyond. This unnatural breach fractured the world's harmony, severing the cycle of life and death. This was the knowledge that Castorice so desperately sought throughout her entire life. And yet, it feels secondary. A girl that has lived for a millennium has undergone so much change in so little time. Before coming face to face with her sister, she meets the souls of Trian and Aminette. Castorice expresses her doubts about the value of death one final time, and her mentor provides the response that she needs. No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal, for all the good things in the world could be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. In the long span of immortality, nothing is of great import, and thus, nothing is worth commemorating. To immortals, all actions and thoughts are but echoes from a distant past, destined to reverberate into the future eternally. Under the threat of death, however, every action in this delicate life can be our last. How we choose to spend it, and who we decide to spend it with, hold a value that cannot be overstated. To scale your life down from centuries and years to minutes and seconds, being present in the moment with those that you care about, knowing that those times will not last forever, is what it means to live, rather than to simply exist. The girl finally learned that what she brings is not only death, and that there is something else worth remembering, the journey that she walked. Under the blazing sunlight before her departure to Styxia, she made her first and last wish. With the freezing and arduous life as a beginning, she wrote with the Trailblazer, a poem titled Castorice, which ended with a true embrace, as warm as she was kind. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.